I want to scream at Hannah.
That is our new podcast name. Season 2, I want to scream at Hannah.
Hello, and welcome to I Want to Scream at Hannah. Thanks for friends. No. Hello, and welcome to WayTooBroad, a place for friends to talk about things they're really, really ridiculously excited about. Season 2!
Season 2!
Season 3.
Arbitrarily. I'm Hannah, and these are my people that scream at me. Erin and California Ben. Hi, Erin.
Hi, Hannah. Hi, California Ben.
Hello, everybody.
Are you like tan and rich yet?
Neither. Oh for 2.
Well, I want to hear all about, like, you're getting out there and everything and all that.
Yeah.
Going
You know
on?
what I was thinking about? Everyone in our immediate family helped with your move except for me. I didn't do anything for you.
You covered his ass on the podcast.
Yeah.
That's true. That's fair.
Are you drinking milk out of a wine glass?
No. No.
Okay.
I'm
'cause
drinking
that's
not...
That's what it looks like. You just answered. You're like, no. But
Well, Erin, before we hear all about Ben's travels, do you want to tell us what you're drinking? And then I'll explain myself.
for Ben, I have a quart of water because I have a blood draw tomorrow. So I'm not drinking. I'm just hydrating because I have a blood draw in the morning. And if I don't drink ridiculous amounts of water the night before, then all I have to produce during my blood draws is gravy.
Dust.
And it does dust. is blood dust, and they get very annoyed at me. They're like, "This is just dust. Did you drink any water in your whole life?" So I'm drinking this whole thing of water. So I might have to take a bathroom break here in a second.
I'm drinking... Okay, so I have 3 drinks. I have this lovely cucumber melon polar seltzer.
Nice.
Which is good. I have a cup of water. And I have this new Bailey's drink.
Oh, a Bailey's drink.
Yeah, it's called like almond or something like that. It's an almond flavored Bailey's drink.
Is it
an
almond?
Is it an almond milk Bailey's drink?
I wouldn't say so. Let me see how they describe it. It's like basically like the strength level is like it's like 13%, so it's kind of like wine.
Yeah.
Bailey's. We saw it when we were camping, and I brought it out with us, and it was nice. Almond.
Almond. It's pronounced almond.
You know, it does say dairy-free almond milk liqueur, so I suppose
That's a cup of milk.
Maybe I am drinking milk
I think you're drinking a cup of milk.
But it's not a wine glass. It's just like a fancy...
Is it a shoe?
It's like a shoe, but it's glass. And made for drinking out of.
Ben, what are you drinking?
Wander.
Well,
that's fitting.
We're team water. We're team hydration so that we don't have dust for blood.
Welcome to the hydration station.
That's the new name for season 2. For arbitrary season 2. Yeah, so Ben, tell us of all your travels.
Oh my god.
Boy.
I do have to pee though. So wait. So gather your thoughts. I know it's going to be really bad. Very bad.
That's amazing. I've been trying to hydrate more lately, though. You do have to pee a lot. And then it's like, is any of this even staying in?
I have to pee constantly.
Yeah.
It's great. I love peeing.
But it gets in the way of life.
No, it's part of life. It is life.
Peeing is life.
Peeing is life.
Ben,
Yeah.
Last week, Erin had to go take a pee break also, and when she came back from her pee break, she hit herself in the face with her headphones.
Which he would know if he listened to the podcast. Did you listen to the podcast, Ben?
No, I haven't listened to any podcasts in the past week and a half.
That's fine. We only said we missed you a lot and had started a new viral Twitter campaign for you. So don't worry about it.
Trying to get you some friends.
Yeah, we're trying to get you some friends.
Oh no, it didn't get to me.
Yeah. That's all right. Your friends are lining up at the door. They just know you haven't listened yet, so they're kind of waiting.
Yeah. If you go check your door right now.
Yeah, but don't, because we're recording.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
without any further ado, tell us about your trip. That's what you were going to say, right, Erin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for saving me from my loot.
It was long and arduous.
You flew, though, right?
We flew. We won the race between my parents and myself.
Finally solving that age-old question.
Yeah.
What's faster, driving or flying to California?
Yeah, we won by a lot. They were 3 days late, and they left way earlier, so I know, sucks to suck.
Fucking hashtag, all I do is win.
Yeah, we flew with Como. He did such a good job. He was such a good boy. We went to... So, just tips for anyone who ever has to fly with their cat. You can ask for a private screening room at the TSA. Absolutely 100% do that. At least for us, because Como can get kind of squirmy when he gets nervous. And so you either have the option of taking them out of the carrier in the security line and walking through the metal detector with them while their carrier goes through the x-ray machine and then putting them back in when it's done. Or you can go wait in another room while holding them, and then the TSA agent will bring the carrier through the machine and then bring it back. And we did the latter, and it was...
Deaf.
Yeah, it was fine. And Como was so nervous that he was just comfortable to be held, which sometimes happens.
That's nice.
Yeah, it was sweet. And then he got a little nervous because we hit some turbulence on the flight a few times, and he started give these pathetic little meows from his carrier. And kind of started paw at the mesh trying to get out. But he did a good job, and he was such a good boy. And we got to the hotel. We took a friggin' $60 lift.
Oy vey.
From the airport
Welcome
to the
California,
hotel.
am I right?
Yeah, how was that miles or time? What was that?
It was miles. It was 20. It was a 25-minute Uber or Lyft, whatever. It was a Lyft.
Which one was it, Ben?
It was a Lyft. I don't use Uber.
Yeah, they're butts.
We went to a cat-friendly hotel. Como right away got comfortable somehow and was jumping on everything. And it was just fine. The last day in Boston, Lucas, our brother, helped us move out our couch and all the remaining furniture to get thrown out. And then he drove us to the airport, which was very nice of him.
Nice.
And saw us
What
off.
a nice guy.
We had to check 2 extra bags, and one of them was overweight. Ugh. Which was expensive. Moving's so fucking expensive in just little ways that add up to a lot. Especially when you're buying all new furniture, which I guess isn't a little way, but you understand.
Yeah. Well, yeah, especially moving such a distance, too.
Yeah.
Because, and moving to someplace a little expensive.
Yeah.
Also.
So then we got here to our nice fancy apartment that did we mention on the podcast before that it has a loft?
I don't know if we did. Ben has his very own podcasting / work loft.
Yeah.
It's just a podcasting loft. It doesn't need another descriptor.
Yeah, it's a podcasting loft.
Yeah, cool. And he might also do some other things in there the other 6 days of the week, but
Right.
6 days, 21 hours.
That's up to him. That's up to his discretion.
Right.
We're not going to dictate any of that. So.
Just the name of the loft.
Yeah.
Which is the podcast
The podcast loft. Yeah.
Yeah. Poft?
Yeah, podcast loft is better.
Podcoft? We'll work on it. We'll workshop it.
Yeah. We're gonna run through a couple more ideas.
If you guys have a suggestion, listeners, for a name for Ben's loft, write to us. Give us a call.
Not the pod. Nope, it's a loft. Okay, anyway.
We finally got here.
You finally got here.
Yeah, it was... Because we had to do... So we ended up with, like, Como had to be in his care for, like, 10 hours. And then had to be in a hotel that we weren't even going to be staying, like, there for just one night. And then we finally got here into our apartment. And, of course, he loves it because he can, like... I'll send you a picture, Hannah, that we can post with the episode of, like, Como sitting up on the loft, because he does it all the time now. He, like, sits on the railing, so we can just, like, he watches over us while we're doing stuff downstairs, thinking he's our boss.
He's the foreman.
Yeah, he's the foreman.
He, like, pushes the blinds down with his finger and peeks through. Let you know that he's watching.
Yeah, and our parents did a cross-country road trip with the car they're giving us.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and they loved it.
That's great.
Good car.
It was so fun, because, like, everyone, whenever I mentioned that to anyone before I moved, they were like, oh, wow, that's like, I can't believe they're doing that. I would never do, or, like, my parents would never do that, or I would never do that. And I was like, they wanted to. Like, when I was talking with them, because they had already... Like, we talked about them giving us the old car, and we were talking about getting it out there, because obviously someone's going to have to drive it, and, like, right away Mom was like, oh, I've always wanted to do, like, a cross-country road trip, and this is, like, a good opportunity to.
And that's the best kind, because you don't have to drive back.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
The one-way kind.
Yeah.
That's true.
And you can be like, oh, I'm a saint. I'm doing this really wonderful thing for my.
But if you really think about it, you did them a favor.
Yeah, you really did. Ben. You're the saint here.
Saint California Ben.
Thank you, Ben. I hope they thanked you. You know, it would be a shame if they went all that way and then just didn't even say thank you. What a gift. Here, let me give you this car after I put 4,000 miles on it. I saw that they ran into car trouble.
Yeah, they had to replace, like, the AC compressor in Tulsa. Wow. So about halfway across the country, they had to spend an extra day in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And get the air apparently... It was, like, more than just fixing the AC.
Get the air out.
Because...
He's gonna, like, correct it. He's like, no, we're gonna move on. You know.
Apparently...
Yep.
It was, like, more than the AC that was broken. Or, like, it was the...
It was all the air.
It was... Oh, my gosh.
Get all the air out. Not just the AC, all of it.
It was on, like, the same belt as the power steering and other important things, and like it would have just broken, and like the car would have broken down if they didn't get it fixed. So big huge shout outs to Aunt Brown and Uncle Brown.
Your parents.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout outs.
Big shout outs for driving that car out and getting it fixed along the way.
Yeah.
And making a heck of a road trip out of it. They went to Seneca Falls, where the first woman writes.
They went to the Grand Canyon.
Women's right? Fuck.
Is it like the concept or the words?
Wait, I mean, hold on. Rights?
Wait. That can't be right.
Rights for women?
I must be saying that wrong. That can't be.
No, men's rights. Men's rights.
Women's wrongs. Men's rights.
The first women's rights convention and Mom was very excited about that, of course.
Cool.
Yeah.
And they went to Cleveland and to, oh boy, I'm gonna forget, Chicago. Oh, they went to Chicago and visited shoutouts to Rachel.
Yes. Speaking of, I will probably be saying shoutouts to Rachel next weekend when I will be in Chicago.
What the fuck? Are you fucking serious?
I am dead fucking serious. I swear on Chicago that I'm going to be doing that.
That's great.
Yeah.
She's had a very way too broad-filled sort of summer.
Way too broad-filled sort of summer.
Because she saw us. And, yeah, they left us, Ben, you wouldn't know this because you didn't listen last week, but they left us a voicemail, all three of them together.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It was more fun than you know, Ben. You can't imagine how fun it was.
You can't even imagine how fun it was. You wish you knew.
I wish I knew. I wish I was there.
Yeah, same. Frickin' same.
But
Ben,
they had
even
my
though-
recording set up in that car that week.
Yeah. Ben, we missed you last week.
A little bit. Not a huge amount.
I
Like,
missed
we could.
doing it last week too.
Aw, nice.
It was weird. It was just a long, busy week.
You had a lot.
Mostly spent packing boxes and then packing a car with said boxes.
Moving is like, I've never moved as far as you just moved, and it's still always been like each one has been one of the top 5 most stressful experiences of my life. I can't even imagine. But no, but we're back now.
Safe.
Yeah, we made it. Everybody's safe. Everybody's mom and dad are back home.
Great.
They flew out
with a
Saturday?
brain full of memories.
Brain full of memories.
Yeah.
What's the
And
way
once
people
again, you're
normally
welcome.
say that in a lot more poetic way?
A heart full of memories.
A head full of memories.
A chest full of memories.
A neuron collection network full of memories. Full of incomplete, inaccurate memories.
A smartphone full of memory.
Full of things that they think they remembered, but they probably don't remember them in the way that they actually happened.
Because
and the
we
more
live
that
in a simulation?
And
Yeah.
the more that they think about them, the less they remember them.
But the more vividly, isn't that strange?
Isn't that strange? The world just strange. What's happening?
Enjoy this memories. Okay.
I have so many things to tell you guys, to talk to you guys about.
Okay.
We have to
Oh
mention.
wait, I have an exciting thing
Okay.
to mention real quick about the move first. This is so not that exciting, but it was exciting to me.
Okay.
So, when we got our couch at the old apartment, we got it at Bob's Discount Furniture, which was great because it was cheap and a really nice couch. And I thought that they only existed in New England,
Yeah.
and they don't. They're across the country, and we got our
Yeah.
couch here at Bob's Discount Furniture.
Hell yeah.
Whoa.
But it was like a new one that had opened in like February, so I think they're kind of new on the West Coast,
Wow.
which was very exciting. And so
They're
that
like,
just
"We
got
just
delivered
bought-
today.
We just bought this couch from somebody who was moving out in Boston.
No, we
It's
got
a
a
pretty
much
nice
nicer
couch.
couch. It's a sectional. It's good.
It's
It's
nice.
a sectional.
I love those sectionals.
Me too.
So,
I love having sectionals.
yeah, we gotta stop. Yeah. No, so, okay. I have a terminology in for you guys.
Yes, it's been a minute.
I know.
It's been a while.
This absolutely killed me. So, while Ben was moving, Ian and I were camping. We were in Maine, like off the grid. So it would be like, there's a family text message thread, and when we would not get any messages when we were actually at camp, and then we'd go during the day, and I'd get like 20 or 30 text messages from mom and dad and Ben and Kylie, like coordinating times and stuff, and I kept on like trying to insert myself into the conversation, even though like I was only like getting the messages every like 8 or 12 hours, but that's all very beside the point. So Ian was making fires every night because there's no there's no running water, there's no electricity or anything at the place where we camp. And so one night he was like, I'm gonna go make a fire, and he went outside, and then he came back in, and he was like, "Where's the fire starter?" And I was like, "What do you mean, the fire starter?" And he was like, the click stick. And I was like, I don't know what you're looking for.
I know exactly what he's looking for now.
Yeah, he was looking for a lighter.
Yeah.
I got that.
The fire starter, the click stick.
One of those long lighters with the trigger.
The long boy.
Yeah. Yeah, he was looking for a long boy click stick.
The click stick.
Long fire boy.
Long boy click stick.
Yeah. So I just couldn't. I was just like, really? You couldn't remember the word lighter? But I guess I'm the crazy one this time.
But a lighter invokes like a small handheld. I think a click stick, long boy click stick, is much more descriptive.
Long boy click stick.
Like, if you had said lighter, I would have assumed you meant, like, one of those pocket lighters for lighting your cigarettes and cigars. And not that thing. Good one. Good one, Ian.
Can I say about
technology?
Hannah's random interjections into that conversation?
Mm.
Hannah was being very funny that day, but none of us were acknowledging it because we were, like, trying to figure stuff out. And so we kind of just, like, kept glossing over it. And every time she, like, said something, Kylie would be like, wait, that was so funny. Why didn't anyone say anything? Like, the whole day. Like, eventually...
I just love her.
Eventually, in the conversation, she was like, can I just say, Hannah's been hilarious all day and no one said anything.
I just, like, love how much Kylie gets your back, Hannah. Like, I just think about that, like, cat picture. She's like... Hannah's, I don't understand why more people don't like Hannah's cat pictures. Like, she just like thinks you're underappreciated in the world.
I know.
I love that.
I know. Kylie's like my hype man. It's so great. Just basically to Ben verbally, but still, like, it's nice.
It's nice. It's nice. Any little bit helps.
Yeah. Give her a shout out from me. Shout outs to Kylie.
Shout outs to Kylie. There, I did it.
From his podcast loft. All the perks are really coming to light in this episode. The podcast
really coming
loft.
through.
Como is just letting his legs and arms hang off the loft while he sleeps.
Does that make you nervous that he's going to fall off the loft?
He's right above the couch. So
Okay.
if he did it, he would just fall on the couch.
But cats are just
also,
kinda...
like, even, it's like 13 feet up. He would be fine, probably. Cats can fall from really high and be fine.
Yeah.
They're so strange. That's like
Jack wouldn't be fine. Como would be fine.
Sorry, most cats can fall from and be fine.
Yeah, we've actually started feeding Squeaks on top of this big tall bookcase that we have because she likes to, like, if you let her, she'll leave her food all day and she's very, like, self-regulating. But Jack will come and eat all of it because he has a slow feeding bowl and he doesn't like it. And actually, probably even if he finished his food, he would still go eat hers. So we started feeding her up on top of this bookcase because he normally never even tries to get up to it. But since we started doing that, he's gotten up there like 3 different times. And it's terrifying every time. And he's actually also terrified by it and hasn't even bothered to eat the food because when he gets up there, he gets so scared that he jumps back down. But he's getting real fresh. And I'm afraid he's going to
not
break
a
his
tree
little
cat.
neck.
Oh my god. We also learned that we can nail like anything we want in our wall as long as we don't leave a hole bigger than a coin.
Oh,
so
what are you gonna nail in your wall? Leave the hole bigger than a coin.
I know, right?
Just a roll of coins.
My preferred decoration is roll of coins.
It's just sticking half out of the wall.
Wait! I can't put my roll of coins in my wall. You're telling me that I pay all this money for this loft? I can't nail my roll of coins halfway to the wall?
What's the point of the wall then? So we're gonna set up like cat shelves going up to the loft, so Como can chill on those. Because boy, does he love to climb shit.
Are you gonna get some lax from IKEA?
I don't know.
They're like just a plain shelf.
No, I want to get ones that have like little, fuzziness on them.
Oh, like
so
proper cat shelves.
Yeah.
Like I thought you just
proper
meant
cat shelf.
I'm sorry, I thought you just meant like a shelf for a cat. I'm kind of out of the cat culture loop. You know, I'm kind of like not running in those circles.
Well, let us help you out. You gotta have fuzz on your cat shelves.
Okay,
yeah.
They can't just be smooth.
Rule number 1.
Is that so that they don't slide off when they hop up on there? Or just because they won't be interested in them otherwise?
I think it's just so it's more comfy for them to sleep on. Also, they can scratch it.
Yeah, they're little beans. It's for their little beans.
Yeah, it's for the little beans.
Their little jelly beans.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Do you put beans on them on shelves? Or do they bring their own beans?
They only eat jelly beans.
They only eat jelly beans, and they eat them through their feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you're setting me up to like kill the next cat that a cat sit.
Yeah, you know about cats. You know where their beans get.
I know.
I know where their beans get.
I know where their beans get. I know where they been getting their beans.
Yeah.
Okay. We gotta stop.
All right. Listen, we have an email from a very surprising person.
You won't believe it. Can I read it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
They have an email. I'm just going to read it cold.
Okay.
I won't even tell you who it's from. Thanks for the shout out, parentheses, quotes. Shout out to your mom who will never hear this. That's a quote from last episode. When Hannah gave a shout out to my mom, who we totally assumed does not listen to this podcast. But then she listened to it and wrote us an email about it. She said, I'm happy that you thought I carefully curated the message from the keg, but really I just don't delete things. The little bubble on my phone, on my iPhone mail icon says 63,049.
What?
Wow, she's beating me. Mine says 43,718.
Holy
that's so
shit.
upsetting.
Love to you all, quote, your mom. So Aunt Brown is your mom, and your mom is my mom. Are we clear on the rules?
We don't make the rules. We just follow them.
Just follow them.
We just want to call everyone what they want to be called, and your
Or
mom
what
wants
we
to be
wanna
called
call
your
them.
mom.
So thanks, your mom, aka my
your
mom, for the email.
Shout outs
And
to your
Melissa.
mom, who probably won't hear this though.
I feel like we were summoning her to this, and we summoned her last time. She was like, maybe I'll check in. And then it was like the one.
There was something else. Oh, so thank you, your mom, for the email, by the way. And Erin, Molly sent you and me a text, and it's a voice message, and I thought maybe if I can download it from my phone this weekend, that I could put it in this week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah? So,
I can send
Erin,
it to you if you can't, for some reason, download it.
okay. Erin told a story last week about seeing a woodchuck?
A woodchuck.
While she was drunk biking on a bike path.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Then calling Molly and leaving her a voicemail, and then Molly sent us said voicemail.
Oh.
Yeah. So I have it, and it's very funny. Let me see if you can hear it well enough over the. Okay.
It was in the context of how Molly and I don't talk on the phone, and so the one time I called her and left her a message, she was in California in a conference, and was worried because I don't call her, and I left her a message, and so she steps out, to listen to the message, and this is the message.
Molly, I just turned onto the trail from Trinity, and there was a really fat woodchuck running towards me, and I needed you to know immediately. We're having a good time. Love you. Bye.
I drank a liter of Oktoberfest, and then the woodchuck was running in the center of the trail, it was out for a jog, towards me on this pedestrian trail. It was great.
And you needed Molly to know immediately.
Yeah. And then I just wanted to point out, I did just pause it because literally half of the voicemail is Erin trying to hang up the phone. I think she was continuing to bike.
I'm on my bike.
So it's 16 seconds of talking and 30 seconds of voicemail.
I was on my bike. Oh, speaking of Oktoberfest, we have some updates from last episode, where I negotiate with Ian on his rule, on his own personal arbitrary rule. So, Ben, to catch you up, Ian doesn't drink pumpkin beer until October, but is apparently perfectly fine drinking Oktoberfest as soon as August.
Yeah.
So I negotiated with... It
Yeah.
doesn't make it. Yeah.
That's just where it is. I don't know what to tell you.
So I negotiated with him. I was like, would he bring his pumpkin beer up to the first day of fall, which is September 22nd. And what did he say?
He said yes. He said
yes.
he would consider it.
That's still... What?
We also got a text from Erin's best friend and my good friend Sarah yelling at us for bringing on the fall so early. She does not want the fall.
I have it up. She said, y'all, oh my God, Oktoberfest leads into October. It's like a couple weeks and then it ends. Like, welcome to October. Also, it's ridiculous to be drinking pumpkin beers already. Look, I'm just going to live my life. That's all I'm over here trying to do.
That's what we're all trying to do.
I love fall.
Yeah,
Fall's my favorite season.
Same.
Yeah. Let me see what else. Okay, I don't believe in moose anymore. That's another thing. I just wanted to get through that.
What?
Have you guys ever seen a moose?
Not with my own eyes.
I just, for this new season, this arbitrary new season of WayTooBroad, I just want to bring to the table that I've been to Maine like for at least 3 or 4 days at a time for years now. Ian keeps on telling me that when he lived there and when he's been back and forth, he's seen dozens and dozens of moose. He's always like, I can't drive after dark in Maine because I'll hit a moose, right? I've never seen one.
So they don't exist. He's
They
fabricating.
don't exist.
He's fabricating this animal.
Yeah, I'm being like, the entire, just like that whole part of the country is just pulling a prank. It's like people around Cape Cod when they have like the Cape Cod Canal tunnel stickers. It's like that, but with a giant, it doesn't even make any sense if you think about it. It's like an herbivorous animal that is like giant for no reason. And then also like it lives in the forest, but
you heard of dinosaurs?
But it moves about silently through the forest. Like it's like these giant trees.
Heard of elephants?
They don't live in forests.
I have a couple quick ones for you.
Okay.
What about this canal tunnel?
Oh, there's like a joke. You can get like stickers that look like they're like passes to do it, to go through a tunnel under the Cape Cod Canal instead of going over a bridge, which is what you have to do to get over to Cape Cod, as you know, because you blew your tire out on one of the bridges once.
That's right, I sure did.
Yeah, but the tunnel's
That's
not
not
real.
code, folks.
The tunnel's not real. It's just
okay.
a prank on tourists because then they go looking for it.
That's funny.
Like
I think
moose.
you're probably right. I think you've been narwhaled by a moose.
Yeah, I
Now,
agree.
What about all of Canada? Are they also all lying?
Yes, and like what I think is maybe like
Absolutely.
when you get your
Never
driver's
trust
license or
Canada.
something, that you have to like sign something that says
Like
that
an NDA.
you'll yeah. That you'll lie to everyone about moose and that you
A
won't,
moose
like
non-disclosure agreement.
yeah. That's just my working theory. I don't know how they do it
I like
exactly.
it. I've never seen one with my own eyes.
Me neither. That's the only way to know for sure.
That's how I feel about anything.
Should we talk about the shape of the earth now or later?
Let's put that off for later.
Do
Need
no
more time.
animals exist unless you do none of the animals you haven't seen exist to you?
Unicorns don't exist.
Well, no one said they did.
I've never seen one and they don't exist. So I just think, what's the difference with moose? You know?
Wow.
So
you know?
if I found a state and then I like tell everyone that they have to put up decorative unicorn signs all over their highways, then that now means that people have to believe unicorns are real? Like, no.
To answer your question, yeah, I do have to see it with my own eyes
Yeah.
to believe that it is real. No animals exist except for those that I have personally seen.
That's why there are so many zoos.
So people will believe in animals.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen a lot of animals, you know?
Yeah, I've seen enough where I'm like, there are a lot of animals. I don't think that there are not a lot of animals. I've seen a lot of animals.
But it's just like when you're told, like, expect to see at least one of these.
yeah.
And then you don't for a whole week.
Consistently.
Or 5 years. Yeah.
For 5 years. That's a strong case.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to bring it to the Supreme Court.
When you're right, you're right.
Yeah. So, okay, good. Now that we've established that,
Great.
should we jump in? Do we have more upfront stuff?
No.
I don't.
No.
Okay. That was plenty. Erin is first this week.
Hello, good people. My obsession this week are really, it's good that I'm first because it's kind of an extension of upfront stuff because my obsessions are new to me but old to this podcast.
Season 2, clean slate.
Yeah, Season 2, clean slate. So my first one, the new season of GBBO. It's out on Netflix.
Woo!
So excited to watch that.
Let me tell you something. I was I follow Paul Hollywood on Instagram, and I was like, ugh. He posts lots of pictures of like the new people. It's the new people. It's like, our parents got divorced and then they found a new family. It's like dad started a new family and like wants me to meet his family, wants me to like his new family. And I love the new family. But I was really worried about it because I was like, oh, I'm not gonna like these people and I don't want to watch it and it's not gonna be the same. I love it. It took me no time. It took me absolutely no time.
What's different? Mary's gone, right?
Yeah,
Mary's gone.
New co-host.
I like her.
Co-judge. Prue. She's great. And the new comedians. They're two new people.
Oh, really?
Sue and
Mel.
Donna?
She's already forgetting their names.
I don't know their names. I don't know my own mom's
Dawn. I think
name.
it's Dawn.
Dawn and Sue.
It's Mel and Sue.
Mel and Sue.
I knew it was a one-syllabler.
That's right. Dawn.
I can't believe that wasn't a joke.
No.
Mel and Sue are gone. But I love all the new people, and I love all the bakers, and none of them are allowed to leave. Not any of them.
They're great. No, but do you know who the new hosts are? The new comedians are, Ben?
No. Are they people I know?
One of them is.
I don't know either because I'm afraid to Google anything about it because I don't want any spoilers.
Well, you know who they are. You've been watching it.
Well, I don't know who. I've never seen them before. I don't know who they are.
Oh, well, one of them is Noel Fielding.
No shit, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Where do you know him from?
Very funny.
Mighty
Mighty
Boosh.
Boosh.
And never mind the Buzzcocks.
Yep. And he was also
he's
a guest star on the IT Crowd.
He's so fucking funny.
So funny.
Oh, yeah, he's on the IT Crowd, too.
Yeah. The woman I don't
Fielding.
know as well.
What's her name?
She's funny.
That's what I don't know.
What is her name?
Season 9.
This article. Sorry, haters. The Great British Bake Off is still good. That's exactly how I felt. Sandy
Toksvig. Yeah.
I like
Chancellor
her too.
of the University of Portsmouth?
Oh, okay.
Wait, what? Is that right?
She's
British,
funny.
Danish comedian, writer, actor, presenter, producer.
No.
She's
a gay.
Oh. She's funny and okay, this is what I have to say about the new Great British Bake Off. It took me about an episode and a half, I think. Well, maybe just like the first episode I was like a little bit uncomfortable, but I warmed up to them pretty well after that. And Noel is just he's such a little delight. He's just like
I love him.
But have you gotten to Bread Week, Erin?
Yeah.
Because like going from Bread Week and then it kind of seems like maybe on for the rest of the season, like it's just a little bit hornier than it used to be.
It is! Oh my god.
Noel Fielding definitely
sexual.
brings that energy to wherever he is.
Yeah, but it's not just him. It's like Paul and Prue. It's like everybody.
Everyone. Well, in Bread Week, they have their. I don't think it's a spoiler to say. Somebody makes a dick. I mean, it's not a dick, but it is absolutely a dick.
I have two quotes from that episode exactly that I have to read you. One of them is someone goes, it's Noel Fielding as they're walking away from a judging. He just turns back to this very attractive young woman who just cooked some buns, and he just says like over his if he had glasses, he'd be looking over his glasses like, nice even buns, and then just like walks away. She laughs a bunch. She gets it. And then at one point everyone just starts fingering bread dough, and it starts with
Wow.
But
Paul
it's part of the recipe. It's like totally legit, but it's like the whole thing is just
yeah. Like they're sitting in the tent beforehand and talking about it, and Paul starts talking about his technique, and then Prue is like, "Do you flour your fingers?" And then he goes, I could oil them.
And then during it, everybody's like, it's so sexual. It's really funny.
Yeah.
They really take it there this time, though.
Yeah. So it's good. I like it. It's a fun new element. Just like, it's like a quarter of the way to a swingers party, but also it's like nice, wholesome love still.
Like, yeah, it's just as wholesome as it ever was. And, just... Bread Week, that was a really sexual episode.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's great. It's wonderful. We've been loving it. It's like making it has been so lovely and just filling that gap.
But it just ended.
Yeah, and we haven't watched it yet. But it's like watching GBBO again. You're just like nothing compares to it. Like it's just so good,
so delightful.
It's a real special show.
It's really special.
It's a real special show.
So we've been watching that, and I've been really obsessed with that. I've been making like a cuppa, while I watch, because they have their sweet little cups of tea, and I'm like, I want to look. I made like an Earl Grey with like some milk in it yesterday while we were watching it. My other obsession, the other thing I've been obsessed with, new and old, is we have been playing with a new Dominion expansion pack that is so fucking fun.
Ooh, what is it?
It's Dark Ages.
Oh.
I say that with uncertainty in my voice because for some reason in my head I have it in my mind that it's for some reason in my head
I have it in my mind.
What is that Goose House like walking with the mines? Like,
Oh, yeah. I think that's close to what it is.
sleeping with the soul, walking with my mind, or something. Anyway, playing with a cat, walking with my mind. Anyway,
with the cat.
For some reason, I keep calling it Black Market, but I think it's Dark Ages. So it's just a really fucking fun expansion pack. It's been sitting in our house for a long time. Shout out to my big brother who gave it to us a long time ago, but he gave it to us with like 3 other expansion packs. So we had been playing the regular Dominion with the expansion pack Intrigue blended together and kind of like getting used to that and playing with that a lot. And then finally we were like, I think it's time to break out this expansion pack. And we just like, we spent the long weekend, we spent like all day Monday pretty much playing the new expansion pack.
Oh, that's
Nice.
awesome.
Yeah, it was freaking awesome.
Domin Day.
Domin Day. That's good. And it was so fun. And we played through all the cards. And so now we just recently blended in all of the randomizers cards from the expansion pack into the Dominion Intrigue. So we have like our action randomizer cards are like 6 inches thick, and so we have all 3 games kind of blurred in together.
Gosh, you're so advanced. I don't have any expansion packs.
Well, it's only because my brother gave them to me.
Yeah, shout outs.
Yeah, shout outs. But anyway, it's really fun. Dominion Dark Ages.
Question mark.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it's that.
Okay.
Yeah, I said to Molly, I was like, let's play Dominion Black Market, and she was like, Dark Ages, and I was like, you just gotta peek into how my brain stores things. Dark Black, done. Anyway, super fun, so freaking nice.
So freaking nice.
Super great. Cool, that's all, and I also finished the second book in This is Dark Materials.
Oh, I started listening to the first one.
Oh, great. How's the audiobook? Ben, we're talking about my obsession last week was what?
Golden Compass.
His
and
Dark Materials,
those books.
Yeah, did you read those, Ben?
When I was a kid, yeah. I don't really remember them, though.
They're very good. The audiobook is very good, to answer your question. It takes a little while to get used to the full cast thing because he's still reading all the in-between stuff, and then suddenly it'll switch, but eventually it's very helpful.
I'm sure all the pronunciations are way off, like, of what they are in my head.
Like
Demon
Damon.
versus Damon.
Yeah, or
Which one is it? Isn't it Demon?
It's
Demon. But we don't like that.
We don't like that, so we're not doing that.
Oh, sorry. I missed that.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right. Should we continue with California Ben's obsession?
Oh, I'm next?
You're next.
Help.
Baby Ben.
Okay. Well, as has been discussed, I just moved to California.
Back to California.
And so you know what?
To the Golden State.
Oh, nice.
Where the stars are shining bright.
I got two things I guess I want to talk about. I've been so busy, I haven't had time to get really obsessed with something.
Yeah.
But I did see a movie the other day.
Oh.
When my parents were here, we went out to the movies at the mall nearby my apartment.
It's an outdoor mall.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Cool.
We saw Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh, I heard that was really good.
It is really good. And it's it's very good. It's a rom-com. It's as kind of, rom-coms aren't always amazing movies themselves, but just alone, even if it was a terrible movie, which it wasn't, wasn't funny at all, just the amount of Asian representation and an Asian culture representation in the movie was just such a positive thing for Hollywood, and the fact that it's doing so well and selling so well is already great, and on top of that, it is a really good rom-com. It's just a really enjoyable movie to watch.
That's so great. We keep meaning to get out to the theaters to see it.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. It's really enjoyable, and yeah, one of a real climactic scene happens over a mahjong game,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just funny because you never see that in a movie full of white people, and it makes you realize just watching it, you're why is every single other movie like this always about a straight white couple?
Mm-hmm.
There's absolutely no reason that the same kind of story can't happen with an Asian or a black or Hispanic or whatever couple, or with a LGBT couple.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes you. So it's just such a positive step, not only for Asian representation, but I think just for realizing that the main protagonists don't have to be white and straight to have the movie do well still.
Right, for people to resonate with it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the biggest lie Hollywood ever convinced itself of. And it's
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's one. That's a small one. And then I have another small one. I'm doing two. Whatever. I was gone a week, so I get to do two small ones.
Two each, season 2.
Yeah, two
I was
two
here
each.
a week. I got to do 2.
It's a real small one, but this summer at the place I was working at, the cheapest meal was avocado toast, which was $3 for me with a discount. And I was man, I really like avocados. And then I moved to Southern California and found out that 95% of America's avocados are grown in Southern California.
What?
And I was you know what? I should start eating avocados here whenever I can because they're probably better. And so pretty much every meal that we've gone out for, I've gotten something with avocados in it. And they are really, I didn't eat avocados a lot back home except for this summer, so I don't know if they're significantly better, but they taste good to me. I'm gonna get more now.
Are they cheaper there? Home. Just because they're grown there?
I haven't gone to grocery shopping yet.
I haven't gone to grocery
You're
shopping.
real fresh in the California.
We'll update you as soon as I go grocery shopping.
Man, have you and I talked about the fiber content of avocados?
No.
Oh my god. This is my jam. Did you know that avocados, in addition to being very delicious, containing lots of healthy fats, also have a fuck ton of dietary fiber?
Really?
Yeah. Can you guess?
I didn't know that.
Do you want to guess for me how many grams of fiber? Let me look up. Hold on. I'm
gonna in one avocado?
Yeah. I'm going to look up how many grams of fiber you should be getting in one day as an adult man.
Are you going to tell me that and then I get to guess based on that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dietary.
Well, I can tell you from buying
for an adult man,
from trying to buy avocados at the grocery store regularly, that it's hard sometimes to even find one that's ripe at the grocery store. Like, you know, they're either overripe or they're way underripe.
Right.
So that alone, you know, that's my story about avocados.
Wow, that was so nice. Okay. All right. You as a man need 38 grams of fiber per day. A woman needs 25 grams. Most Americans only eat 15 grams of fiber a day. So one avocado, how much fiber would you think an avocado might have? Do you want me to give you
15 grams?
About 13 to 18 grams, which is an astounding amount of fiber for a single avocado.
Yeah. Especially because it's like so gushy.
Crazy. Yeah.
I know.
Squish.
I know.
Is it including the skin?
No, Hannah.
Is it including the pit? It's a whole avocado. You gotta eat the whole thing. Bite into it like an apple.
Like a peach. Like if you were like, what has more fiber, a peach or an avocado? I would say peach, but peach only has 2 grams. That's one medium peach. Like 2.3 grams of fiber.
Wow.
And avocados are great. They're so tasty and they're such a health food. But anyway, eat those with confidence. And if you eat 3 in one day, maybe eat them with constipation. But
I'm gonna try to do 1 a day, maybe.
Yeah, 1 or 2. Get in your dietary fiber. It's important.
Yeah.
You know, that's great. I'm happy for you, Ben. California avocado Ben.
Molly's going to be listening to this podcast, and Ben's going to mention avocados, and she's just going to like, oh boy, here we go. Like, she just doesn't know it's coming. Oh boy, I get to listen to this again.
Do you go on about avocados a lot?
Yeah, well, I'd seen a nutritionist and learned this, and gotten very excited about it, and just told everybody I knew. I thought, but this is better. This is a good. This is a better platform. I can reach more people.
Yeah,
with the good news.
Yeah,
the good word of the avocado.
Good word.
We broke 4,000 downloads this week.
Hey.
Holy shit.
You know, total, but still, you can reach quite a lot of people.
Still
this way.
like 4 million if you multiply it by 1,000.
Yeah,
if
you just think of that times 1,000.
Simple math, you get right to 1 million.
Yeah.
It's just one addition away from 1 million.
So that's cool. Well, congratulations on your great new life, Ben. We're very happy for you. We hope that we still see you around sometimes. Between all the movies and the avocados.
Next time, maybe you could try bringing an avocado to the movie you're seeing. And eat it as a little movie snack.
That's a California movie hack for you.
I've never been to Southern California, but that's how I might do it. Is it weird? How's the time change been for you?
It's fine. I'm used to it. I actually, we like, this kind of happened when we went to Hawaii a few years ago. We went for like, did we go for 2 weeks? I think we went for 2 weeks because we were staying with Kylie's family, so we like didn't have to pay for lodgings. So we went for a while, and we kind of, you start waking up early because it's like a 6-hour difference there, and we just decided to kind of like stick with that rather than like forcing ourselves into our normal time where like we sleep in and everything. So we like woke up at dawn every day and went to bed like a little bit after. It was actually really nice, and
sounds nice.
There was always like a light rain at dawn. It was beautiful, but that's beside the point. So basically, we'd wake up at like 7 or 8 here.
That's so great.
Yeah, like, just kind of naturally, and not really like. At least I haven't consciously been doing much to fix that.
Yeah, because why would you?
Yeah, so that's been good.
If you can feel like you're sleeping in,
exactly
at 7 a.m., that's the ultimate.
Yeah, waking up feel like well rested at 7. It's the dream. It's the dream.
So you're living the dream. California dreaming.
My California life.
You wake up and you're surrounded by empty avocado shells. At 7 a.m.
I eat 4 before bed.
pocket full of movie
3 in the
stubs.
morning. Only 2 for lunch. 1 for dinner, 4 before bed.
4 before bed.
For those keeping track at home, that's 12 a day.
Oh my god, how much fiber is that?
No, it's 10 a day. Sorry, 10 a day. Pardon me.
Oh, that's so much fiber. You
130 to 180 grams.
You gotta pump the brakes there, man.
Gotta pump the stomach there.
Yeah.
They're all grown here.
Nothing's getting out of your butt. You're eating that many avocados. They're like calcified into a piece of wood. We don't know what to do.
Okay, that's our avocado pooping block. So, can I?
Let's let me check that off the outline. Okay.
Can I go now?
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Please save us. Tangent.
So as I mentioned, Ian and I were camping last weekend, and I thought that it would be only fair for me to bring to the show the thing that I found myself missing the most without electricity and internet.
Whoa. That's a new approach.
That is a great, like, sweat yourself out of your obsession. And it's gonna be. Like,
it's weird.
Go to a deprivation chamber.
Yeah, it's unexpected. Let me tell you. And I will say this. I always have a great time when I'm out there. We took a really nice long hike one day. I bought the new Stephen King book, which is really good, and I didn't manage to finish it before we got back, and I've read like 3 pages since we've been back, so obviously eliminating the technology distractions really helped me to pick up on my reading, so that's something that I'll take away with me too. But the thing that I missed, oddly, was watching these videos from this YouTube channel the channel is called This Is Dan Bell. And he's this guy who has like a pretty decent camera and some editing skills. And he just goes and walks around in like various sort of dead malls and other abandoned places and just like takes video of them. And then later on he goes in and adds like some, ambiance with like effects, or he'll sometimes put in like weirdly edited old commercials for the mall in its heyday and like do some weird stuff to it that's just like I really enjoy for some reason. And then he'll just talk over his going through the mall and kind of explain what you're seeing and stuff. So the series we've been watching the most is what he calls the Dead Mall series, which is where he goes to all over kind of like the eastern seaboard. I don't know where he's based exactly because he kind of gets around, but he goes, it seems like with one other guy, and they just walk through malls. Usually they're actually open malls, but they're just like malls that are just like, slowly dying because nobody goes there anymore. So a lot of them have just like one store open in the whole place, and like there are a lot of like fountains that aren't working and things like that. A lot of like decor that hasn't been updated in a really long time. They went to this one mall that was like open, but most of the storefronts were empty and closed, but all of the gates were unlocked and open. So you could just like lift up the gate and go in and just like look around in these stores that were like mostly just like cleared out, but not completely. Like you can kind of tell like that this one used to be a bookstore and this one was maybe like a Claire's, like stuff like that. And it's just, I don't know, it's just cool. It's been like just this weird like thing that we do to wind down kind of at the end of the night. Even though it can get kind of really creepy sometimes, especially because he also goes to abandoned hotels sometimes, and those usually are like he's trespassing. Yeah. And he's found some
That's where all the ghosts live.
Yes, definitely. And some homeless people too, probably. Like one that they went into, they found like they found 3 pieces of identification on the floor. They found a social security card, an ID, and a credit card, and they all had different names on them. Like they didn't show them or anything, but they said that. Yeah, that place like maybe had a murder in it, but like they're not. So they're not all like that. And he kind of like gives you a sense in it of like what kind of video you're in for, so you won't just like randomly wander into a very creepy video.
That's nice.
Yeah, but it's just like, I don't know. The mall ones are nice because they're usually like pretty low key, and it's like just a lot of kind of like, it kind of makes you ponder like what what the past and the future of kind of like American consumerism looks like, and like why are these malls dead and what malls are surviving, and also like are malls in general kind of just like failing. It just kind of makes you think about also like sort of the waves and changes that just like naturally happen in society as far as like what people do for fun and what they like, where they prefer to spend their time and shop and stuff. And you know, it's just kind of like, I don't know, it just kind of like puts me in a different kind of interesting headspace, and it was like something that I found myself missing while I was on vacation. And
how did you even wind down out in nature without your dead mole?
Exactly. And then the other one is another actually YouTube channel, and I don't know if I gave it an honorable mention before or not. Did I talk about Defunctland in an episode ever?
That doesn't sound familiar.
Okay, so
I don't think you have.
I showed you a couple of videos of it, Ben, but that was off snack. But
yeah, I know.
So
yeah, I was there.
So Defunctland is actually the reason that we ended up like kind of getting into this corner of YouTube where Dan Bell is, because Defunctland is a series, it's a channel and a series of videos about the history of now defunct like theme park rides and theme parks and like entertainment like things. It's often Disney stuff, like rides that are no longer active, or parks that they planned on doing but never did, or parks that they did do but then closed later. Like anything that is like an amusement park related thing that didn't go forward, or like roller coasters that, you know, were shut down at one point or another for one reason or another. And this guy is a great researcher, and he goes into great depth on the origins all the way through to the closing of all of these things. And then also what happened to them. So he'll talk about, you know, whether the parts were sold to other rides or used in other rides or other parks. He'll talk about that. And so you kind of like can see the whole life cycle of like a ride or a park. And one of the parks that he did is called Nara Dreamland, which I feel like I did. I guess I just talked about that with you, Ben, in person. But Nara Dreamland is in Japan, and it started out as a Disney park. When they were planning it and when they started building it, they were planning on licensing the Disney name. This was like back in the time when it was just Disneyland in the US. That was the only park that he'd done, but it was like very successful. And this guy in Japan was just like certain that it would work in Japan too. And so he like forged this partnership, but right at the end of it, they couldn't agree on the terms of like the licensing fees and stuff. And so Walt Disney terminated their partnership, but like the park was already built. So the guy just like went ahead and opened it and kind of just like reworked all of the characters, or like bought different costumes, you know. And it was open and successful for a really long time. Actually, they built a second park after a certain point. But then Tokyo Disney was opened. And it completely killed Nara Dreamland, because there was finally like an actual Disney in Japan, and they were very excited about it because ultimately he was right. Like it did work really well. So it closed, but it then became a really popular place for people to explore as an abandoned park, because most theme parks, when they close, they'll sell off their rides and stuff. And this one didn't. They just like shut their gates and everybody left and never came back. So it's yeah. So it was just like
it's cool. It's really cool.
Yeah. So it was just like there up until like I think early 2016.
No, it was the end of 2017, because we found out after we watched that video. I realized that I was in Japan for 2 weeks in January of 2017, and I was actually in Nara for one of those days.
Oh.
And it was like one of the last months that Nara Dreamland was still standing before they finally demolished it. So like if I knew about it, I could have gone and checked it out, which I totally would have done. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a really good video by a couple of YouTubers called The Proper People, of a like an all night walk around that they did at Nara Dreamland. It is very creepy. Just, you know, by virtue of being an abandoned theme park in the middle of the night. But also like, I think it's a popular place for just like local teens to go do vandalism as well. So there's like a lot of like, just like unidentified smashing noises in the middle of the video. But that video was then what led us to watching the Dead Mall series, because we saw the Defunctland, and then we wanted to know like what it actually looked like, and see like a whole like video of someone walking through, and then we ended up watching the Dan Bell stuff. So we still watch the Defunctland videos as well. They're really, really interesting, and that's another one I wanted to shout out as an obsession.
Shout out.
Shit, Hannah did 3.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah,
Hannah did 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You just did 2.
Well,
Yeah.
no, it was 3. Because
You mentioned the proper
shouted
people.
out the people whose name I already forgot that did the all-night walkthrough. So I guess that shout out was
The
as
proper
effective
people.
because
They
the
were
proper
just-
people. Yeah,
Transitional. They were just
Yeah,
a
that was
phase.
2.5.
Two
Yeah.
obsessions and a shout out.
Yeah.
All right, yeah,
And
okay.
an honorable mention.
Honorable mention.
A journey to the second one.
Yes, exactly.
Those are cool. I've queued up a few of these videos.
They're quite
Watch.
cool. Good.
When
I
we're
hope
done
you like
talking
them.
to each other.
I hope you like them.
Well, that's great. You're back on your soothing bedtime routine
Yeah.
now with internet. What's Stephen King's new book though?
It's called The Something.
Outsider? The Outsider?
Yeah, The Outsider. Yes. It's very good. It's so this guy is, so there's this horrible murder that happens, and there's all this like uncontrovertible evidence against this guy, and then he gets arrested, and it immediately comes out that there is also like a rock solid alibi for his whereabouts, that he was not there, and so it's just like, what the hell's happening? And then shit gets like supernatural. It's good.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's like that's like the beat dropping in a dubstep song. It's like when the supernatural stuff hits.
Shit gets supernatural. Yeah.
In a horror book.
Yes. It's quite good. I would recommend it, even not having
Like
finished it.
everything's normal, and then the supernatural beat drops.
Yeah. The supernatural beat drops. I like that. I can't get used to the fact that guy's dead.
What guy?
What? Not Stephen King. Guess what? He just put a book out. Who the fuck are you talking about?
Wow, he
Who's
obviously
that
meant
guy?
a lot to you.
Avicii.
Who is that guy?
Avicii. I can't get
What?
used to the fact that Avicii's dead.
Oh, what made you think of that? Oh, because of
dubstep.
beats dropping?
Yeah.
Is he a dubstep? I don't think he really... Did he do dubstep?
I don't know.
I don't think he did dubstep.
I don't know.
Wow,
I never
can't
listened
get
to
over
it.
that guy whose name and genre I do not know. Can't believe that he's dead.
He just is such an icon of like a genre I didn't super care about, but like
This is such a like unnamed icon.
anyway, that's it. Let's do homework.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's first? Aaron.
Erin,
Oh, right. We're right. Hey, my homework is to watch GBBO, Great British Bake Off on Netflix. Surely by now you've watched it, but there's a new season, so watch that. And if you, for some reason, haven't watched GBBO, stop what you're doing. If you're driving, pull over and pull out your phone and start Great British. Okay?
Use all your data.
Yeah, whatever you need to do, take care of it.
Switch to unlimited just for this month. You have to watch it.
You gotta watch it.
Yeah.
You gotta get that GBBO.
Yeah.
It's so nice. It's so nice. There's just not a nicer show.
No.
Make a cuppa, while you're watching. Eat an avocado, whatever you're doing, whatever state you're in. So the other one is to play Dominion and get the Dark Ages expansion pack. It's so fun. Okay, my Twitter's at Erin Byrne. I review lesbian movies at LesbianMovieReviews on Instagram.
Sure. Just around that. Just like turn that into words. You'll find it. It's in the it's in the links on the description. Just look at that.
WayTooBroad.com.
Yeah. Ben.
Okay, my homework is to watch Crazy Rich Asians in the theaters. And also eat avocados. They're good for you. They have a ton of fiber. As we learned together. My
Do I have to put that twice?
Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. New Twitter handle alert. Wee woo, wee woo.
Oh!
I finally got rid of the fucking Any Disco Greg.
Congrats.
I never liked it.
New state, new life.
My new state, new life, new Twitter handle. It's
at nicely proved Ben. Ben as in Ben.
Man, I gotta update you on the website, you flip.
Oh, yeah.
sorry.
Bunny Broin.
That's it. That's it
You
for
should have
Bun
gone
Brown.
for Benomorphs.
Bengineering. This is what I said.
Engineering is not available.
Hannah.
Nor is Bengineer.
Yeah.
What about Benjamorphs?
Benjamorphs.
You can have Hannamorphs if you want. I'm still sitting on
why
it.
don't you grab Hannamorphs, Ben? I'm about to update you on Twitter on the website, so it's not too late. I could just type in Hannamorphs right here if you need to.
Benamorphs is available, but I'm not going to take it.
Okay.
My homework to you is go check out the videos pages for Defunctland and for This Is Dan Bell on YouTube and see if any of the descriptions strike your fancy, and then watch those and see if you like them. They're pretty cool. I think start with Defunctland. It's probably more accessible. It's more structured. And let's see what else. If you want to find any of our handles, if our Twitter handles, if you were unclear on what they were because of how we like, I didn't even say mine, and Ben. Mine's at Anthropology. You can find that on WayTooBroad.com. You can find Ben's new Twitter handle probably by the time this comes out on WayTooBroad.com.
I'm pushing the change right freaking now.
Nice. You can find our podcast Twitter, which is TwoBroadPod. You can find our email address on there. You can call us if you have a comment about the episode, if you have a suggestion for what Ben should do in California, if you have any ideas for how Ben can make some friends, hashtag get Ben some friends.
Be Ben's friend.
Yeah, if you want to be Ben's friend, you can call us or just tweet at Bun Brown, hashtag get Ben some friends, and tell him about you.
Leave a message if you want. If you're submitting an application for Benship.
Benship. Is that taken?
That's Ben Friendship. We should create one to get Ben some friends. If you're leaving an application, please state your name, your location, and your favorite Pokemon. I don't know. Is that good enough, Ben, for you?
Yeah, that's fine. That's good. That's all I need.
And your Hogwarts house?
Cool. Your Twitter's updated on the website.
And the phone number to call us is 774-326-0420. Blaze it.
Hell yeah. Gotta add the blaze.
Is the phone number on the website yet, Erin?
Oh, no, it's not.
I think we should put that on the contact page, don't you?
All right, sure, I can do that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And also, I have another podcast. It's called So Dreamy. We have moved to a bi-weekly format, so I have even less of a clue what's going to be coming out next as far as content goes, but it's all going to be great. It's going to be twice as good because it's coming out half as often. So, listen to that.
It's going to be like condensed.
Yeah.
Goodness.
It's going to be that. You're going to have to like mix it with some water before you drink it in your ears.
That's right.
And please leave us a review on iTunes or Podknife if you're feeling like you are enjoying this, brand new Arbitrary Season 2 start. To celebrate the arbitrary start of Season 2, you should leave us a review.
Is there any non-arbitrary Season 2? I mean,
if there was like a narrative, if we were a narrative podcast, if we like were scripted, I mean, obviously we are scripted,
You're right.
But if we were more obviously scripted, then there would be like a good reason to have seasons.
You're right. A reason for the
There's a reason for the season.
So, but that's fine. Arbitrary or not, this is Season 2 now. Get used to it, everybody.
We're here. We're another.
We're 1/3 queer. We're 2/3 queer.
Yeah. Get used to it. And we might have new artwork by the time this comes out. I'm not sure.
Oh my god!
Oh, hell
have we
yeah.
even broken that news on pod yet?
Not officially. We're like 98% there to having our brand new artwork, which we commissioned from a real life artist, and it's got all of our dang cute faces on it. It's so cute.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna be so cool.
I'm in love with it.
We're so jazzed.
Yeah. So keep an eye out for that. Hopefully we'll have it in time. If not, it'll be in the near future. So that's it. That's all of it. Sorry, your mom, that this was so long, but you know.
What are you gonna? We haven't talked to each other.
Yeah, we're catching up.
All three of us.
Even you and me, Erin, we recorded on like last Tuesday, so it's been
it's been a while.
It's been a minute.
Been a minute.
The pod.
Since I could hold my head up high.
I mean, I can't end the podcast while Ben's singing.
Sure you can. End it on that.
It's beautiful. It's too beautiful.
Just the way
I want you to fade it out on me singing.
Okay, all right. The podcast candle's now extinguished. Go ahead. You're not singing.
You're gonna sing.
What? I already did it.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
We love you.
We love you so much.